I'm here with Nahum, founder and CEO of GreenAddress. Can you tell us more about the company?
GreenAddress is a Bitcoin platform. We aim to make Bitcoin transactions and storage easier, safer, and faster.
Is it just a Bitcoin wallet?
We do offer Bitcoin wallets for most platforms, so Windows, Macintosh, Linux, Android, and iOS, as well as a web interface. And we also support hardware wallets, such as the BTC chip and the Trezor. However, at the same time, we also offer an interface with the third parties, such as exchanges, payment processors, ATMs, and anyone that wants to take advantage of our security or of our instant confirmation.
What's the history of GreenAddress?
The history is just that I was very interested in peer-to-peer technology for all my life. I've been studying computer science with distributed system at London City University, and I've since been working as a software engineer for financial services companies. The thing is, I had some Bitcoins. I wasn't happy with the security available. I wasn't happy with the idea of waiting for confirmations, with the friction of it. And I was certainly not happy with the ease of use of these wallets and tools available at the time. So I started thinking, how can I make it easier? How can I make it safer, both from a privacy perspective, but also from a security perspective? And then how can I make it faster? And I guess what we came up with, the solution, GreenAddress, it's exactly that. It's a platform, it's a wallet that allows you to transfer your Bitcoin safer, faster, and easier than any other wallet out there.
You mentioned hardware wallets. Can you tell us more about what they are, what they do?
Sure. So you never actually store your Bitcoins in your wallet. You just store your private keys. So a hardware wallet or a wallet in general is just a keychain, a collection of keys that allows you to spend your Bitcoins. A hardware wallet is a way to take these keys and store them separately on a different device, such that it makes it much harder for malware and viruses and all sorts of things to steal your private keys. So it keeps them separate on a separate device. So you're always sure they can't be attacked by any apps on your phone. Generally, people keep their Bitcoins on mobiles and on desktop computers, but these hardware wallets have a much smaller potential to be attacked.
BT Chip has recently released a new hardware wallet in collaboration with GreenAddress. Can you show it to us? Can you tell us more?
Yes, I've got one just here. So it's a smart card. It's a hardware wallet smart card. It's on a secure element. Keeps your private keys secure. Does all the operations related to accessing your wallet or spending your Bitcoins. At this time, there's a special offer. There's two for $20 or for 25 years. And it ships worldwide for Bitcoins. I think at this time, they're the most cost-effective hardware wallet available in the market.
Are you going to support other hardware wallets?
Yes, we're basically going to support all hardware wallets that are secure and easy to use enough. At this time, the only one that is fully functioning with the GreenAddress is the BT chip. However, we have been working with Trezor, Satoshi Labs, to, let me show it to you, to basically integrate our wallet with these devices. So it's the classical Trezor. We got a green one because the Satoshi Lab guys have been sending us some samples. And the idea is that with this or that device, you'll be able to log in and to operate on your wallet.
You have announced a partnership with the Rock Trading Exchange. Why is it so important?
I think the collaboration with the Rock Trading is very important because it improves the security of the exchange, and at the same time, it reduces friction, allowing for instant confirmation. What does it mean? It means that users of the Rock Trading can now instantly deposit their funds into the exchange and trade with them and do whatever the exchange allows them to do with them instantly without having to wait for confirmation. So there's a huge win in terms of friction, but at the same time, there's a huge win for the exchange itself in terms of security. This is because each fund is now protected not only by the block trading keys, but also by GreenAddress keys. And they can implement this multi-signature structure that improves security.
What's the story with the New York State regulation?
I think it's overreaching. I think it's not precise enough. It's overreaching. It's not taking into account the new technologies, the oracles, the multi-signature providers. However, for something like Bitcoin that is globalized and that is completely independent of any country, it makes no sense to have some state local regulation that cripples the entire ecosystem. I think most companies are going to reject New York customers. I think they're going to do the due diligence in order to avoid these regulations to all extremes. And GreenAddress is probably going to do the same.
So what do you think about the price?
That's a different story altogether. I tend not to look at the price from a day-to-day perspective. I like how the infrastructure is growing, how adoption is increasing, how more and more people are using Bitcoin, but also how new services and systems are available to end users. In terms of the price, I think that's not necessarily correlated to adoption, and it can be affected by many other things. It's interesting to see the correlation, I guess.
So what's the future of GreenAddress?
There's a huge road ahead, right? There's a lot of space for improvements from user experience perspective, from a security perspective, from an ecosystem perspective. So the infrastructure, the Bitcoin infrastructure is growing endlessly, and it's great. I think it's one of the fastest growing industry in the world, but there's still a lot to be done. This is a generic concept in terms of Bitcoin, but I guess in terms of GreenAddress, we intend to collaborate with more exchanges, such to provide arbitrage opportunities with instant confirmation between exchanges. We want to, and we are collaborating with the ATMs and payment processors, so that you can go to an ATM and take your cash out immediately without having to wait in front of the ATM for half an hour or so.
Thank you for your time, Lawrence, and good luck.
Thank you.